Hi, I'm Svanström. Welcome to my channel. This is a channel all about UX and product design. Today we have a guest. We are meeting the spectacular Anna Lundqvist, and she is a powerhouse of a designer. She has worked with companies like Spotify, Facebook, ICA, LVMH, yeah, the luxury brand, Volkswagen, Electrolux, Kivra, and I can go on and on and on because she has had her company for 16 years. She lived 6 years in Berlin. She is a jury member of the Swedish Design Awards, and she is a teacher at Hyper Island and Berg School of Design. She is a powerhouse, and I am thrilled that she is here today because today she is going to teach me about how to use Lego as a design tool. Yes, you heard me right. How we can use Lego to have better design workshops. I cannot wait to learn this. Here she is, Anna Lundqvist. So welcome, Anna. I can't believe you're here.
I'd love to be here.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
Anna, can you tell me a little bit about what you do? You're also a UX and product designer.
Yes, I am. Well, I'm a freelancer, so I'm going under the hashtag Happy Freelance Life.
I know.
Yeah, no, I like it because I get to meet a lot of people, to see a lot of people, and my clients always changes a lot. So that's very, so everything is always new in some way. Always have to be learning also the ways of working as well. And that I always see we always have two jobs in every job we do. Like both get the task done and the brief done, but at the same time getting the way of working done as well.
Right.
So this really is like always my two different goals. One that I really get paid for, the other one I'm trying to get paid for as well.
Well, obviously you do get paid for your people skills as well, because if there's one thing that I know about you is that you always are very good at paying attention to every person in a room, and you're very good at that like presence and taking people in. Have you always been like that, or is that like a skill that you've learned?
I think it comes from a passion for people. I think it just comes from I just love people, and I think it's all about to see people and like to it's just such a joy to just see people's behaviors, and like I think also the older we get, the more geeky everyone gets. Like the whole like the characters get more and more specific and clear, and I think that's really beautiful. But I think it really comes like, I think I maybe told you about my brother. I have two brothers. Well, one of them is 1 year younger than me, and he's diagnosed with something called angel man syndrome, meaning that he really is like an angel. He has like a hugging radius of 20 centimeters where he really wants to hug, and he hasn't learned a culture, so he does a Hollywood hug, body to body, flipping a leg. So the corona time is not really a good thing for him. No. But he's just like and that's the way he sees the world. His curiosity, and he's really like a child, and I find it really, really beautiful. So also for me to see people's needs, and like I've been trained my whole life to see his needs because he can't verbally communicate. Yeah.
How interesting.
Yeah.
How is that that like deep-rooted understanding of communication? How does that come out in your work?
Well, I think it comes to like also like an understanding that really good questions, but I think it's all about like we all have different channels, almost like a radio channel. When
like it comes,
like, yeah, maybe radio. Yeah. No, but we all have different like ways to communicate. Some are better verbally, some are more written, some are more just seeing people and feeling people, and I think it's all about training and also have giving it time as well. And for me, because he cannot verbally communicate, and that is the highest on the hierarchy in our society, even though I think like 80% of our communication around that, I can't get the stats maybe completely, but really it's like body language, and just by seeing him, he communicates, but I have to give him space.
Cool.
So yeah, but I think I have a lot of things to thank him for, my passion for communication, and to see people's needs. Yeah.
Yeah, because seeing people's needs is also a lot of what we do as designers. We do research to understand like what do users really need and how can we cater to that need with our design. Is that something you've like thought about consciously? Or?
I think it's very consciously. I started with this job even before it was a title for it. Maybe very, very much inspired by my dad, that also has been doing the same thing, even more without as a title for it. No, but I think it all comes like I think in every job we have as a designer, we have so many different hats on. One that it should look pretty, one that it's actually be actually fulfilling a need for someone. But then also you have a company's hat where it's more about you have to be profitable. And I think it's all have different hats. And then also they also have a tech part as some hat as well, where it comes to what is actually feasible and what is possible to create. And I think it's always very, I've been noticing lately that it's really good to define the hats. Okay, I'm coming with this hat, and then to my developer, oh, you have this hat on, because then it's never personal either, and it's not about me thinking. Actually, it's the users, and I try to also bring in developers into the prototyping, so they also get to see the users
into user testing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that does help with empathy, that everyone on the team understands like who, all this hard work, who is it for? It's not just to like please each other or please a manager. It's about like
or pleasing
that
me.
person.
Not pleasing me, but and also not pleasing me. Of course, it's nice if I'm happy about the job, but I think normally it's aligned like this win-win-win, depending on how many stakeholders it is. If you see yourself as a stakeholder,
So what inspires you to keep going year after year doing your amazing work?
Really good question. I think I'm just curious, and also that the way we work always changes. I just feel like I'm collecting tools every day, everywhere, and I think to not have any prestige, because I know you can make me better, and I can make you better, despite role, age, background, anything. And for me, that to see that, like I know my brother makes me better, and I think I know I also make him better, and in every kind as well. Like we always make each other better, and for me, to always learn from each other. And I think that's the one reason I love to be a freelancer, because I get so many different tools from different companies, and I can also give a lot as well. So that's what I really like a lot.
So do you go into every meeting with every person with that attitude? I can make you better and you can make me better.
I really do.
It's beautiful. I'm gonna write that down or something.
Yeah, no, but I think that change your heart as well. And like, I think at least for me, because it's like, maybe this is gonna sound like just fake holy, but I do come in and I think good about people and I love people, and I was also, I've been living in Berlin for very long, very international and beautiful, but what I felt there was actually a whole other structure that was invisible but also became very visible, that men was more important, white men also was very more important, and the hierarchy on top of that as well. Really Mad Men. I was working in like an agency that is actually Mad Men is based on.
Really?
And it's still Mad Men. But then we were always a clash, because I quitted my job because of that value, exactly that sentence. I know I can make you better, and you will make me better, and you don't. I just really believe in it.
That's great value to build a career on too, and to be like, and to evaluate really your circumstances. Like, is this a place that makes me better?
Yeah.
Then yes, it's a place for me.
I think this really is like interesting, because actually for the past, I think 2 years, I never showed anything on my work when I get a job, and I'm always looking for a job. Hey. and every job I get is a miracle, I would say. But then
not that much of a miracle.
No, but I do. But I do think it is. At least I want to keep my heart that way. I think it's a miracle.
I'm glad you see it that way. I'm like, well, obviously she got that job. That's
sweet.
That's what I see.
Okay, thank you. On my job interviews, I don't show the work I've done. I'm actually talking about my values, and because then I know if we click that, I kind of feel like a dating. If we click on actually things that are closest to our heart, I do believe that actually we can make some miracles together. And for me, the way of working, I talk about the two different jobs we have. I think that one is the thing, a way of working is so much more important because that's going to be an enabler for the one to actually do the job together, because I need you to do it together with me because we're going to make it better, you know? Yeah. So I think that's why I'm always trying to start with, that's why I always talk about the values, because that's actually, can I see it as I kind of see the more transparent I am before we start working together, and also during working, the less of friction will it be when it comes to define how to work. Yeah.
So how do you take on like the disappointment of not getting a job? Because that feeling sucks. Like somebody says, no, I don't want to. No, don't get the gig. What are your tips there?
No, of course, like sometimes like it's of course it's like I really wanted a job. Like also I was just cancelled a job at H&M that I really enjoyed doing because of Corona, but then also I was like, okay, I do have this belief that I am in charge of my time and the gifts I've received in life, and then how I get paid. I have a project manager in my life, and that's God. I'm like, hey, you do your part. You know what I need and when I need it, and I'm gonna do my thing. So really, like the first, like in April, I just help friends with their pages, like their companies for free. I'm like, hey, you need help. I have time. Let's, and that was really like the way, to get energy back as well, because I was let down at one job, and then I could just like, okay, they don't want me, but my friends will want me.
But that's really interesting, like how, like having faith that jobs will show up, but what can I do that will re-energize me, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, I think it also is. For me, it actually is the faith that I know it's going to work, and it always has done. Like I had a company for 16 years, and it does.
It's a long time.
I know. I'm old.
I'm just like,
or experienced.
Experienced. That's the word we're looking for. We are not only here to talk about you and your fabulous career and values, but we are also here to build Legos.
I know.
And talk about how you can use Lego as a work tool.
First exercise for us.
Oh, let's just start.
Yeah.
And then I can ask some questions.
Yeah, so you get one of these, and I get one. And we're gonna you can open it. Okay. You can take it out. And now it's gonna be the hardest task for the day. Don't start building.
Oh.
I know. Okay. So you can just look at the bricks for a little short moment. So we're gonna have 2 minutes. Set alarm, Siri. 2 minutes. Yay. So we're gonna start. Now the task is build yourself.
Like right now?
Yeah. How are you right now? Ta-da! Okay. So now when it comes, so I'm a facilitator in something called Lego Serious Play. And so two guys that work at Lego, they figure out that they can really use the whole tool of their own product. They can use the product as a tool. And they figure out that they can use it for a product development of Lego, with Lego. Yeah. So they started to do that and started make a whole new system for it. And then they also realized this could actually be sold as a whole facilitating tools to others when it comes to product, personal, and team development. So right now we're doing a bit of personal and team development as a check-in.
Yeah.
So tell me.
Should I tell you about myself here?
Yeah.
So that's my head, but I'm also right now in a super curious mode. That's why I have a big eye on my head. If there were giant ears, I would wear those too right now, because I feel like so curious about you and your process. I'm so happy that you're here. This is my happy head flower. This is my body right now, and I'm on a bridge. So like I'm on a bridge between, and these are very strange times, and I feel that we're going into the unknown. Sorry,
it was better with the song.
Yes. So like this is where we've been, the old normal, and we're heading into over here, which we don't know what it is yet, and I feel very much in transition.
Cool. So as part of this, you are not like, I can ask you questions
Yes.
to be more curious, but I cannot assume a brick means something.
Oh.
That's really important. So is it a reason why this one is this color?
It's dark because it's a little bit scary that things are obviously changing in the world, and how things have been is like, I don't know what it is. It's dark there. We haven't seen. It's like in when you're playing a game on the map and it's dark before you've gone there. That's why it's dark.
Is there a reason why this piece is this direction?
No.
No.
No, it's blowing in the wind.
And this brick, does it have a meaning? The yellow one over here?
I felt that it was, I don't know, it just felt like me. It's a little bit curved, it's big and yellow, and
like a beautiful dress.
like me today. And I just gravitated towards it. And that I also like that it wasn't a typical body piece, that I got to build my own body the way I wanted it. So yeah, that's me right now.
Cool. Thank you so much for your check-in. So this is me. So you can also see. I feel like I'm a bit standing still because of the situation in the world. And I built it very transparent at the bottom because I feel very transparent, both to myself, but also to others. And these two hands that are going in the straight here is because I'm ready to hug. I miss hugging so much.
Aww.
So I'm like, I feel like this is my current state.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of things, like in the beginning of the corona time, I feel like I have my ears and heads and views everywhere. Right now, I feel like I'm trying to focus more to the front. Also, the reason why I have these two yellow things that are going in direction, because I'm not really sure where we're going, but I do have chosen these happy colors because I think actually it's going to be something good coming out of this. At least that's my prayer. But my eyes are not super aligned. I'm trying to get them more aligned, but I am not really there. So I'm still looking a little bit, in a cross. But I do also have a lot of, like, the past days really about everything happening in the US and so on, and the whole world really about racism. It's just killing my heart. So I feel a lot of bleeding heart. My heart is here, and a lot of transparency in my thoughts and what can we do. And I'm trying to see my friends, and trying to figure out how to spread love really.
Is there a reason why your eyes are up from your head?
Yes, because I wanted to have many eyes more than just one, and I feel like I'm in a position where the world just hits me really hard. So and everything happening. So I feel a bit detached from it's going down to my heart, but I have to be looking in another perspective. So I think it's more the whole open up my eyes, looking around. That's why it's detached a bit. Because I really want to see other people in even more. Yeah.
Thank you so much for your check-in. Why would you do a check-in like this?
Well, I think it's just good. Of course, now we're kind of more personal as well. But even professionally, sometimes I do more to also get to know a team. Where are you right now? I remember I had one client where every one of the developers did themselves they did the screen, a different type of tables, but they always had the position like this. Because they were always developing this way, so they kind of was really direct for how am I right now at work, but also it's the reason I really love Lego is because it gets very deep very quickly. We only have 52 bricks, both of us, the same. But our stories are really, at least for me, showing my current state right now. I also do this sometimes with my family and my friends. Very geeky, but it's a really also good way to do a check-in, and very easy, not me, but still very much me.
Yeah. But there's also something about thinking with your hands and not just being in your head, because you do it and then you kind of realize that, wait, I did have a thought about why that was dark, but I just did it without emphasizing that thought when I did it. And then you can be like, use it as a tool to understand yourself. Just like, what?
And really, it's very beautiful to also see a pattern, because actually this brick is really powerful. Yeah, and I really believe in this, like when you're in the flow, what happens? When you connect with your soul, I think, by accident. Okay, fun. We're gonna do the next exercise, or the first exercise. And I do a lot of times this one when I'm new to a team, to a product team. And so the first task is that you will have 4 minutes, and I want you to draw ducks. Not just by your own imagination, but I want you to include all these pieces when it comes to define what is a duck. So every piece has to be included. And it's going to be 4 minutes. So draw as many different ducks you can in 4 minutes.
Okay. So ducks.
Wow. Okay, so how many ducks have you done?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe that one. Yeah, that one's the same as that. 7. 7.
Oh, that's a lot. So how would you summarize this exercise?
I mean, it was a bit tricky to count, figure out how to draw. Like here I started drawing it from above, and then I switched tactics. So that was not a winning perspective.
But you tried it out?
I tried it out, and then it's like figuring out how to draw these duck sketches so that all the pieces were included, and
Now I want you to do the same exercise, but I want you to build as many ducks as you can, and every duck has to be included.
Every piece.
Every duck. Every piece has to be included in every duck, and every duck should be different. And just a little tip: so when you have been building a duck, you just make a line on your paper, and do it from there. So, are you ready?
Yes.
Cool. Fun. So how many did you do? 20.
20.
Oh, that's good. So if you would compare these two exercises with each other, what would you say? How would you describe it?
I mean, it was way easier when I could just move the blocks around, because that went way faster, and you could be like, oh, if I move it from there to there, that's like a design change, but it was so fast to do. Really hard to draw. Because just then you need to start over, and you need to think, and you need to count, and you couldn't just react. You needed to think. I'd say that's my number one takeaway. It's how much faster when you can just do.
Okay, so now I want you to build the duck that you like the most.
Okay, my favorite duck.
Cool. It's very interesting because I do this exercise a lot, and I had a class with 25 students, and everyone, even though it's only 6 pieces, everyone built a complete different duck. And I think I always use this exercise a lot when it comes to also getting a team to understand the importance to be aligned. Even though you know I'm going to build this product, I'm going to build this service, I'm going to build a duck. But the definition or my perception of what a duck is and what we should do is often a bit different for everyone, or a lot different. So of course you know that you're going to have a login, maybe you know you're going to have a purchase flow, you know you're going to have exploration detail page, I don't know, log out maybe. But then so you have all these ingredients of flows that you need to have included in your solution. Yeah, features. Yeah. The possibility to see. But then it's really good to just align to actually get an understanding. This is the most important duck, or this is our duck. So now I want you, as a last task, I want you to take away just one piece without rebuilding it.
Just one? Mm-hmm. Okay, so I can only
remove one piece.
Okay. There.
Okay. So what character or personality does your duck have now?
Now I just picture it being in water.
Okay, and how do you feel about that?
It's okay. Yeah, it feels. That's why you can't see the feet. It's it feels good. But it also felt like the only piece I could take away, without changing the character of the duck too much, because it's still itself. It's just in water.
And this exercise I use a lot when it comes to also to define what is an MVP or MLP, depends of the wordings, like what are the most necessary pieces that we have to launch or have part of the launch without taking away the whole purpose of it.
Also, like if you do this with your team, then you have like a language to talk about how do we remove important features but that still make it the same.
Yeah. Still make a duck. Yeah.
So like your team gets a common metaphor to use. It's like, okay, but we need to take away one Lego. This is the Lego.
Yeah. And it's really important to align, because also the pieces that you could have taken away was the ability to talk, be really quiet and very boring video on YouTube, or actually the head. But then if you took away the head, even this one would be gone. So you only had the possibility in your example to take the possibilities to stand on land and ability to talk. And of course here it was kind of easy to see, well, we have to take away this, as I said. Yeah.
It's really cool. Thank you.
Yeah. Fun. Yeah, actually, the one of my, I really wanted to do this with my team that I started with Spotify, so I sent them the ducks. They've been doing it. So we had it all video cameras on, and they got to open the letter like in the meeting.
So nice.
Yeah, trying to get some physical, at least tactile exercises.
That's so great. To send your team things.
Yeah. Only one stamp, so it's okay. Yeah, no, it's nice.
Oh, it's really cool.
Nice. Yeah. Should we build who we want to be? Should we do that?
Yeah.
So I had a really fun client last year where we were doing a product development, and I just brought in everyone to build their view of the tool, how it works at the time. And then I really saw, okay, it was totally broken. It wasn't one tool, it was 8 different tools.
Oh, yeah.
And everyone can see it, and also that made it also easier to talk to the board. Because this is how it looks like. It's like you can see it. And also when the Lego, it kind of makes everything less scary.
I was just gonna say, it feels more scary to be like, hello, chairwoman of the board. This is my Lego that I built today at work.
This is how I feel.
Is there ever like a fear of being perceived as not serious or not professional when you use Lego in?
It could be some, like I think. Well, I had sometimes when I come in and I work with the team, and I always sometimes most of the times I lead the team, and then it's easier. But also when I'm coming in and I'm part of the team, and then I have to also internally get the team to understand. Okay, this is going to be a brilliant idea. I'm going to take it to the unknown. And again, like it's, as you said, like you have to really read the room. Okay, what are the needs right now, and be on a bit of a like ready to change next step. And I think that is like to not be afraid of the silence or the need of, okay, I need a 5-minute break to think about next step. And sometimes I do that. I'm like, okay, I just need to think about next step. No, actually, I've done a really fun job. Actually, I was in Rwanda in February.
What?
Yeah. So one of my best friends, he moved down because he was working at a big agency here in Stockholm, and he comes from Burundi, but he wants to move back to Africa and arise more awareness and boost the African art. Ooh. So I flew down with 15 kilos of Lego. This is like only like half of it, maybe a little less. And most of the artists had never seen Lego or never tried it out. And we had this workshop where they had to build who they are and who they want to be, both as an artist, as a human, African and Rwandan, and to come there also 26 years after the genocide, and also to get them being paid to explore who they are. And it was really powerful, and also like to see also like how quickly immediately they figure out like how the bricks together, and also how to use metaphors for them as well. It was really powerful. It really moved my heart deeply.
What a cool
project. So it's called Afrotopism, when it comes to being African in the movement.
What's it called?
Afrotopism.
We'll link it.
Maybe you should start.
Okay, I'll start. So this is me.
Hello, Ellen.
Hi. So I am on an adventure, is what I am. I am traveling through everything, really, on the tiger. I suppose it's my cat, Arnold. He's with me on my adventure. Well, I love adventure because when I feel that I am on an adventure, that is like the trigger to like open my mind and be like the best version of me, when I'm alert to the world around me, and when things feel most fun, when I'm on an adventure. So this is me adventuring, and here are my thoughts. I have opened up my mind to the world around me, and I'm taking my ideas seriously. Taking myself seriously. And I am on my way over here to all of these friends who are facing me, and the future over here holds treasure and fun. And I think I have a longing for togetherness with all of these animal friends over here. Are widespread.
You're also holding something in your hand.
Yes, I am holding a croissant because I found a Lego croissant, and I felt like I needed to hold that because like croissants are the best way of getting like an instant luxury feeling for me. Like that crispy, yummy pastry is just a shortcut into enjoying life. Yeah.
Do you know your friends already, or they are
not necessarily all of them?
Ooh.
I mean, Horsey and me go way back, but I think there's both familiar friends and new friends.
I love it a lot. I want to align to your vision. I do. No, it's kind of interesting because also in a contrast, it will also get me to reflect, because what I built, if we are done, is me on a open water kind of way. But I do find that, I'm coming from, obviously, like, as a freelancer, like my life is not really different right now from other time. It's more that I'm alone, and I think that actually is the thing. I'm like, why did I even build myself alone? So it's a really good reflection for me. I'm like, because I don't want to be alone, but I do feel a bit alone. But I do find a lot of things growing in my life everywhere I am, and I do find treasures and alignment, and I do find that the wind, that's why the flags are located, I do find the wind is coming from here, and it's pushing me in the direction of to the goal, and I'm trying to keep on to looking to above for direction to get here. And I feel like if I just hold on to one thing, and that's that, I will come to even more greener places for treasures. So I also have the treasures, but this for me are the greens and the diamonds. I really believe everyone is a diamond. So I'm really much on open water, coming from 2 different lands, or crossing a river, something like that. In the beginning, I built more like a very brownish, but I was like, that's going to look like a jail or something. I love abandoned houses. I was always like every week during 6 years living in Berlin. I think it wasn't a week where I didn't go to an abandoned house for some kind of activity, art gallery, parties or something. But I feel like I'm not really this, even though I'm black, I'm more colorful than that, I think. Yeah. So this is for me a bit. But I will add more of tigers and lions around. I don't want to be alone. Second edition.
Friend animals.
And friendly sharks. Everyone is allowed to come.
Is there a reason it's quite like this passage is very like overgrown?
Because it's not connected, but I do see things being connected. The closer as you get, it gets more connected. And I think this is something really beautiful with people and everyone you meet. Everything's connected. And for me, that is like a mystery that I think is really beautiful. It's a good question, yeah.
So thank you so much for today.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for watching. And maybe you could hit like and subscribe, and that would make me really happy.
Yeah.
So, I'm Anna Lundqvist. This is Anna Lundqvist.
Yes.
And thank you for watching.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.